Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
As usual, before we start, let's say basmalah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you students for opening your camera. And then we are now in the virtual meeting for the 5th meeting. And I hope all of you are in good condition. Yeah. Keep motivated and stay home. This is the key of how we are learning by online very well. Today, before we start, we'll have a speech or a recitation from Silmi to read the Quran. Al-Isra verses 23 and 24. Okay, please, Silmi, it is your turn to read the Quran.
Okay. A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wa qadara rabbuka alla ta'budu illa iyyahu wa bil walidayni ihsana. Imma yablughanna indakal kibaru ahaduhuma aw kilahuma fala taqullahuma uffin wala tanharhuma wa qullahuma qawlan karima. Shadaqallahul azim. Terima kasih.
Okay, thank you for Silmi to read the Quran. Now, as we already understand, last week we already discussed about some components of how we need to design the curriculum. Yeah, have you seen this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, this meeting will be focusing on what we call the first part of the language curriculum design. It is environment analysis. Okay, we have at least 3 instructional or learning objective. The first one is through a case method. Yeah. Students are able to create a list of environment or constraints analysis in designing a language curriculum. And then secondly, through a case method, students are able to evaluate the teaching environment, especially the English teaching. I believe that all of you will be teaching English. At least you will be joining what we call the PLP2 in the 7th semester at school. But then after you complete your study, then you will be able to teach at school in real situation with the students. So it is very important for you to know about the teaching environment. And then the third one, individually, students are able to present the result of individual discussion to other students. So today, this is our learning objectives. The first one, to create a list of environment analysis. And secondly, to evaluate the teaching environment. And then the last one, in our today discussion, some of you, even though individually you will be presenting, but then as the samples, I will invite you, some of them, to present the result of individual discussion to other students. In the offline situation, actually, there will be some groups, but because today we are in online learning, so individually, could do this at the same time, at the same activity as the group discussion. Okay, now what are the problems or the cases? Okay, based on the material you have read, yeah, I believe that all of you already read this. Yeah. So there are at least 3 cases of problems you have individually. The first one, yeah, dealing with the environment analysis or situation analysis or constraints analysis. So the first one is dealing with learners' constraints. So when we talk about learners' constraints, this could be about learners' interests, or maybe about learners' language proficiencies. So you may add here, yeah, you may add here, but then these cases will give you, yeah, to find, yeah, some references, some information until you need to solve the problem. Secondly, the case is about the teacher's constraints. So this deals with the teacher's competency of using English, or about his or her preparation of his or her own materials. Okay, you got it? And then the third one is about situation constraints. Okay, after we know the cases from the learners, from the teachers, what about the situation? So here, at least, this is about arrangement of the decks for group work, or maybe about the availability of the resources. Okay. So from the cases or the problem, so this is what you need to do, yeah, for the tasks based on the cases, the problems you already know individually. So here, the tasks include task 1, task 2, and task 3. Okay, task 1, yeah, is about the range of constraints. So in this case, you please brainstorm, yeah, by yourself individually, yeah, to create a list of constraints that may significantly affect the designs of courses. Okay, you got it? So please you list, yeah, from the, maybe from the important ones until the unimportant ones, or randomly, yeah, or you may write anything randomly. So it is up to you. And then for the task 2, please you investigate or examine your teaching environment. Okay, in fact that you are not teaching yet, but then you will be teaching as if you were teaching, So please you examine or investigate your teaching environment. So there are at least 3, yeah, 3 instruction you will have here. Number 1, please you list at least 5 important constraints. Yeah, 5 important constraints facing you in your teaching situation by ranking them. Yeah, maybe from the most important until the less important. Okay, you got it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, maybe randomly you write anything dealing with some problems or some constraints when you are teaching. Yeah. And then you could rank, yeah, from the most important until to the least important. And then secondly, very briefly describe the most important constraints or strength and why it is important. For example, you put number 1, it is about what is it? The students' interest, for example, yeah, the students' interest in learning the material. That could be number 1, for example. So when you place it as number 1, as the important one, and then say why it is. All right. And then the next one from the question 2, what do you need to solve the constraint? Okay, when you found one or the most important constraints, or maybe strength, of your teaching environment or teaching situation, then please you give the solution. Okay, you got it? And then the last one, after you collect the data, after you find some information, then the task 3, I will invite you to present the result of your work, to other students. Okay. Okay, well, I will check your presence.
This is from my experience. Right now, I'm teaching in junior high school. Saya sedang mengikuti program magang kependidikan kampus mengajar. Dan itu, I'm sorry sir, ini lagi error laptopnya. Stop sharing.
Okay, you may stop and then share again.
Layarnya malah mati sir.
Oh, ya.
Apakah terlihat? Ini I teaching for the grade 3, 4, and 5. Now, jadi terdapat beberapa kendala saat saya sedang mengajar, seperti siswa yang sulit diatur, pertama, kemudian dalam pembuatan materi atau RPP, saya juga harus menyesuaikan dengan kemampuan siswa, dan waktu dalam melaksanakan, karena ini sedang PTM, pertemuan tatap muka, jadi waktunya itu dibatasi. Dan masih banyak kendala lainnya, seperti kendala dalam pembelajaran, kurangnya teknologi, karena untuk di sini itu sangat susah sinyal. Dan juga kendala dalam alat-alatnya, tidak terdapat alat-alat yang memadai di sekolah. Nah, itu yang paling utama dalam kendala tersebut adalah mengetahui karakter siswa dan interesting. Dikarenakan siswa sekolah dasar yang sulit untuk diatur, kendala tersebut menjadi kendala yang menurut saya inti. Kita sebagai guru harus mengetahui karakteristik masing-masing siswa dan apa yang mereka inginkan dalam pembelajaran. Oleh karena itu, untuk mengatasi kendala tersebut, saya memberikan suatu pembelajaran seperti bermain games atau membuat majalah dinding yaitu vocabulary, ataupun menonton video-video pembelajaran bahasa Inggris. Seperti itu, Sir.
Ini adalah kursus-kursus yang akan constraint yang akan saya akan pakai ketika saya sudah mengajar seperti itu. Jadi the most important constraint-nya itu ada yang nomor 1 dan nomor 5. Yang nomor 1 itu are the learners is interested with the material and can they submit all the assignment on time. Jadi menurut saya ini penting karena kalau misalkan student nggak tertarik sama the ideas, topic of the material di kelas, dia nggak mungkin bisa nge-submit atau mengerjakan assignment itu dengan benar dan tepat waktu, baik itu individual task or group task. Jadi ini tuh most important, tapi ini tuh basic constraint tapi most important, karena kalau misalkan siswa-siswi itu nggak bisa ngikutin metode pengajaran di kelas, dia nggak mungkin bisa mengumpulkan tugas, mendapatkan good score di kelas tersebut. Mungkin gitu aja, Sar.
Karena saya juga belum pernah punya pengalaman dalam mengajar language, jadi saya hanya berbasis experience yang pernah saya rasakan saja di selama sekolah. Jadi constraint yang saya pikir penting itu paling pertama itu adalah emotional constraint, di mana saya pernah melakukan research pas tugas SMA saya, tugas akhir SMA saya, itu guru bahasa Inggris saya meminta saya untuk melakukan interview kepada beberapa orang di tempat wisata, apakah mereka mau menggunakan bahasa Inggris jika diminta atau tidak, seperti itu. Dari 30 responden, saya mendapatkan hampir setengahnya mereka bilang tidak mau menggunakan bahasa Inggris jika diminta. Saya tanya alasannya kenapa, dan mostly mereka menjawab karena nervous dan takut salah. Kebanyakan orang Indonesia itu setiap diminta untuk belajar atau mengucapkan bahasa Inggris itu pasti akan beralasan takut salah, atau tata bahasanya takut tidak benar, terus bahasa Inggrisnya belum bagus nih, takut dikoreksi oleh yang lain. Padahal menurut saya koreksi itu akan menjadi hal yang bagus bagi kita untuk menjadi personal yang lebih baik. Terkait dengan emotional constraint itu, seperti yang tadi saya bilang, itu nervousnya ini harus dulu. Kebanyakan orang Indonesia itu pasti nervous kalau disuruh belajar bahasa asing. Indonesia daripada bahasa Inggris. Padahal guru bahasa Inggris saya meminta untuk bahasa Inggris. Alasannya yaitu nervous. Dari emotional constraint ini, dulu sebelum melanjutkan membuat kurikulumnya itu. Jadi pertama, teacher harus menganalisa kenapa studentnya nervous. Jadi seperti melakukan pendekatan kepada para siswa, ditanya satu, kenapa kalian tidak mau berbahasa Inggris, atau apa alasannya kenapa tidak suka berbicara bahasa Inggris, apa karena takut salah atau karena hal lain.
Okay, before we end, any question? Yeah, any question? Yeah. Okay, if no question, you may give your comments, your ideas, your question to the WhatsApp group, yeah, to share. Then we will be discussing about that, and then it is nice, yeah, to discuss with you, yeah, to share based on the cases you have. And for the others, I believe that you also would like to present, but because we have the limited time, so what you are going to present, you present it in written form, and hopefully in the next meeting, yeah, you will have the chance, yeah, the same as your friends did before. Thank you very much for your attention. So we end our class by saying Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Amin. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.